Time to upgrade this little ghost. My original plan was to take it, stick it inside a press, crush it so I could get at the electronics. Then I found out that, this just pops open. Now, I've already done one video where I added flickering LED to a night light, or garden night light. And all it required was a diode, a capacitor, and the LED. The LED needs the steady voltage here so that its little thingy in there remembers where it is and continues to work. But I've got two eyes on this one. So what my plan is, I'm taking it one step further. What I'm going to do is, and all of this has to get fitted in here, is make an Astable Multivibrator. And the first part of it, okay, this one actually has a different chip in it, but they're all pretty well the same. Actually, this one has a QX5252, and I'll show a picture of specs up there. But essentially it's still the same idea. This part here, I just put in a diode, put in a capacitor, and then I'm going to have a fairly steady voltage at this part. Then I'm going to put in the Astable Multivibrator. This is a standard, like you'll find this all over the web. So what I did was I decided to see what type of current do I need. I set the bench supply at 2.68 volts, and then I measured the current through it, and I'll show you it set up in a second, and it comes out to be 0.17 milliamps, roughly. So this will easily be driven by this night light over here. So the way that I needed to pick values, and I'll just pull out the, I've already set it up. Okay, you can see everything blinking away. I wanted a fast blink, but I also wanted to drop the components to as small as I could get. So in here, let's just move this all a bit. For the resistors, the ones involved in the timing of it, I used 4.7 mega ohms. I picked a 0.1 microfarad capacitor in here, and I used a ceramic one. A lot of them show using electrolytic, but hey, I want to make this thing as small as possible. The resistor here is for current limiting. I picked 470 ohms. My red LEDs use 2.6 volt across as their forward voltage. And for transistors, I have quite a few. S9013s, which is an NPN. It's pretty generic. Pin 1 is the emitter, pin 2 is the base, pin 3 is the collector. So that's what I set up. Reading these resistors is a real pain. I'm not colorblind, and I still have a hard time reading them. So the 4.7 mega ohm is a yellow, violet, black, yellow, brown. So 470 times by 10K, 1%. The 470 ohm is yellow, violet, black, black, brown. 470 times by 1, and it's a 1%. The caps being used, this one is a 470 microfarad, 16 volt. Go for the smaller size. And these two for the timing are 10.4, which is 100,000 picofarad, which equals 100 nanofarads, which equals 0.1 microfarads. And these nice little blue ones here are 50 volt monolith ceramics. So there's the plan. And the next part is I've got to compress all of this and stuff it into that little space. So this might take a bit of time. So time to take its eyes out. It's just a matter of pulling. There's one. There's the other. And they didn't spare a lot on the hot glue. So here's the board. There's the solar cell. And there's the battery. It's tiny. This thing lasts only about an hour, even if it's been in the sun. I've checked this against the recommended circuit, and it is the recommended circuit. So now I just need to figure out how to put all that stuff together now. First step's going to be to put the resistor on the anode of the LED. So, times 2. So there's the lead and connected up to the 2 resistors. So now I've added pin 3 going up to the diode. Now I need to connect some capacitors. So the monstrosity now has everything connected up except the power and the big cap and the diode and the ground. So there's the monstrosity. All that's needed to be added is the diode and then connect it up to the board. But we'll of course test it first. And oops. There it is. Flickering away. So it's now time to stuff it into the ghost. It ain't pretty, but it all fits. And obviously oops. There we go, turned on. Blinking away. Let's just zoom out it for a moment. And it's blinking away. Obviously I'll fill this with epoxy so nothing moves. So turning off the lights. Our little ghosty now has red eyes. Flickering away. And they're definitely redder this way than looking through the camera. So this is a cute little modification that could be made. Obviously lots of epoxy to be used to make sure nothing moves in there because it's pretty tight. Have a good day. Bye.